of the week again. Prepare yourself for the surveyors of sauce, the sultans of spaghetti, the whispers in your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the What's Your Spaghetti Policy podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Alex and Jacob.
Does this thing still work?
You know, I honestly don't remember how to do this. Which just goes to show you that, like, if we were to quit for like a week or two and just didn't do it, I would never come back. You know, just because I wouldn't know how anything works anymore.
Well, we did kind of quit for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but that's just to keep people fresh. You know, keep them on their toes.
I mean,
like,
I don't think
are they gonna come back? You know, like,
it's the middle of June and we haven't recorded a single episode this month.
we haven't, man.
But we still haven't missed it because the forethought and foresight of
We're professionals. You know,
of
professionals.
planning it all out from like March to now, so that
Look,
we
man,
would.
if
Not
it
miss
was
an
on me
episode.
to plan episodes out, we would get done. It
The
would
podcast
get
would be finished years ago.
No, it would get done. It would be in a very hectic manner, and the episodes would be very short.
No, it wouldn't, because I would eventually quit because I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, you just couldn't. You can't handle all this heat that I bring to the table.
I can't handle your chaos. And we'll get into chaos and culture shocks.
Isn't it-
And
Okay, real quick before we get to
Go
the
ahead.
the sidebar, like, isn't it crazy how it's like vacationing? You know, it
Mhm.
comes with like both the paradise and the chaos. And it's like
Well-
the vacation, it feels like it skews the scales too much. You're having too much of a good time, right?
My chaos didn't start until I set foot back in the United States.
Exactly. Your
so.
scale was you put your finger on the scale and you tipped it all the way up. You were having too good of a time.
I don't even know if it's that. I just like there's such a paradigm shift now, and I'm so, and maybe it's because I'm actively chasing alternative vibe sets. Is
Yeah.
that a thing? Vibe sets instead of mindsets, a vibe set.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
If it's not, I'm making it a thing.
I mean,
Um,
let's start the trend.
But
you know?
like you know, the few vacations that my dad and I went on, like they were great, right? Like
Mhm.
I don't look back at them and be like, well, I didn't get to go. Like I appreciated everything we did. Like there was a couple of them where like there was one where we drove to Las Vegas from Johnson City, Tennessee, and that was miserable because like
God damn.
I had a Game Boy and a Walkman, dude, and we were in a car, and being in a car for days upon days upon days is just not ideal.
Your dad drove that?
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. That's like shit, dude. I
And-
mean, I
and-
like driving, don't get me wrong. That's too long. That feels like
and
that's like
we didn't. It
that's
wasn't
like 2 days
constant.
worth,
Like
right?
we stopped and stayed at like KOA campgrounds and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, did you guys have a
But-
camper or did you just like sleep in the car?
Tents.
Nice, dude. Damn, you went on a camping trip with your dad? That's crazy. Honestly,
It's awful.
I didn't see your dad as a camper
Um,
type, but that's pretty cool.
That it was more out of necessity for budgetary reasons.
I
and
feel
we
like
s-
I feel
we-
like
we
parts of
s-
your
we s-
life does kind of intertwine with like Mac from Always Sunny, where it's like parents are kind of like, you know, they love him, kind of, I guess, you know, and
Yeah.
it's like they just do what they can to
I mean,
survive. you know?
we were poor, dude. Again, I can't reiterate that we were poor and on
Yeah.
food stamps. So, but like, I just, I, I would be curious, like, if your parents went on vacation, like, just like in general, like, where the mind. I think we just live in such a weird time now where like my personality is what it is, and so I'm looking to fit myself in like a piece, like a puzzle piece elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because like I just think that it's just full blown chaos and like it just uncontrolled energy all the time here, and I just don't. I sound like a hippy dippy about it, but I'm not into it anymore.
It feels like I
Like,
would
I'm
say
just
like,
not into
the
it.
vibe I get from the outside looking in is like you're constantly seeking a new place for you to like kind of like if shit hits the fan here, like where can I explore and see like, oh, I vibed well with this area,
Well,
like I vibed well with
I
these
mean,
people, like it was good, you know.
listen,
kind of just exploring the
I've
world.
I have both worked very hard and been lucky enough to take some really awesome vacations.
Yeah,
since I've met you.
Naturally, yeah.
We go to Aruba, like if not every year, every other year. Okay, that's another country. I've been to Canada, great, and I just went to France, and so it's like I'm not going to Dollywood. I'm not going to Myrtle Beach. Like I'm not
Yeah.
going to these. I'm not shitting on him. It's just like my vacations are literally like life changing.
You trying to get out of the country,
It's
you
not. It's not even that. It's just like it's like these like are just like not once in a lifetime, but for lack of a better phrase, once in a lifetime opportunities
yeah.
and trips. And there's people that go their whole lives that never leave the United States.
Yeah,
That
I get it.
sort of stuff. So it's like, um, I know there's like a lot of questions, and you interject at any point in time you want to, but um, I think it's the first time I experienced culture shock, like true culture shock.
Yeah.
Like
Explain to me
Aruba,
what is culture shock exactly? Like
just like it's like
I heard the
I
term.
don't
Don't get me
really
wrong. I've heard the term before, and I got like a general idea, but
like
I know like
you for me it was like several days into the trip where I'm like, this is like the other side. Like we're so ingrained into this routine, this
rise
chaos
and grind culture. Yeah.
honestly, yes. Like that was a big part of it because that was one of the first things I noticed that did not exist in that country. Like, I've been to Aruba, but it's very tourist heavy.
I
And
mean,
it's
yeah, it's
also and it's
yeah.
also it is in the Caribbean, but it's also very Americanized in the way that it is structured and the way it's ran. I've been to Canada, and it was where I was at was touristy, but it's still English speaking. This is the first time I have experienced in my life where I English was not the language to speak.
Yeah. Like they
Like
didn't care if you knew it or not. They were like,
that that was the first like, oh, like I knew it. I knew it was coming. So like it wasn't just like an ignorance thing, but it was like, I've been practicing. I took 2 years of French in high school, but that was years ago, and so I've been touching up on it, doing Duolingo,
yeah,
which I know you have several questions regarding the Duolingo.
yeah, yeah,
Did Duolingo help me? You okay, bro?
yeah. Bourbon, sorry. Dude,
You just-
speaking of vacation, man, my stomach has not been the same since I've been on vacation, dude. I just not eat good. So
Hey, so I'll just go ahead and jump forward to that. You know what what I did not have at all in France?
like good food.
Well,
Not
yes, but
yeah.
I didn't have indigestion at
Oh,
all.
okay, okay, yeah,
There's like this idea and this theory that like all of our food is poison and that causes all of our gastro issues. And like one of the things that I do is I typically eat earlier, but like the way their culture works is like there were nights where I wasn't eating till 9 o'clock at night.
you were on that Ian dinner schedule. Yeah,
And there's no way that I could eat at 9 o'clock here. I'd be up all night.
yeah, because I just feel like the food is too heavy here. You know what I mean? Like it's
Um,
like for what
it's
it for all the
here,
arguments about like if the
well,
food's poison or not. I just feel like the food itself is just too heavy.
there is some truth to that, but I found that it just was better quality food and it's less food.
But also, is it? But it okay. To that though, is it like you're eating in Paris, France, right? Which is
Mhm.
like for lack of like understanding and experience, like it's like if you were to eat at like San Francisco, California, right? Where it's like you're eating in the hub of like of France, right? It's like would the same be said if like you were eating, say you went from having meals here in old good old Knoxville, Tennessee, where they fry everything, right? Versus moving to like San Francisco, California, where everything's kind of lighter and airy because like, they're really big on health and stuff in the area. So it's like
I
kind of
don't think I think you're confusing
I
San
mean,
Francisco and something else.
wherever the hell they have like the fancy foods, you know what I mean? Like, is it
I
like if you were to go to New York City, New York, right, and like start eating some filet
been there.
mignon every day? Like, is it gonna have like the same effect as if you went over to Paris, France, eating the good food?
No.
And
No, because it's the same quality food.
mate,
Just better.
yeah.
Now, full disclosure, I did not eat in any like Michelin restaurants.
I feel like it's overrated.
Well, I will say that Paris is a very over romanticized city, but I think it's what I'm people equate Paris to like, love and romance and stuff like that. And I'm sure that that is there, but that is not what my experience was. Like, it is a population of like 3 million people, but one of the questions that was asked was, compared to New York City, how busy were the streets? Not busy at all. I never ever once felt crowded walking the streets. Um, Everything is placed very well in the sense that like crowds don't exist in a lot of places except for 9 o'clock in the morning when everyone's going to work and 6 o'clock when everyone's getting off of work and out of
I
school.
mean, it's rush hour, yeah.
And so the metro was extremely crowded at those two times. Any other time, I was just no one was in a hurry to go anywhere. So that was a bit
It's like
of
infuriating, or was like, did you just kind of like accept it
it.
as part of the like
I
being there?
walk fast. I am a fast walker.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to slow down on purpose because most places in Europe are smaller by comparison to the United States. The
Hmm.
streets are smaller, the roads are smaller, the cars are smaller,
Country's smaller.
the places to eat are smaller, the portions are small. Everything is smaller.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Paris is a walking city. In a span of 7 days, we walked 68 miles.
Which feels like a lot. Because I was looking back at my run keeper, and I was like, even when I'm running, 6 miles a day, like I still don't hit that unless it's 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, so
Right.
it's like
That's a lot, dude.
a lot of walking. Yeah.
And we use the metro a lot. And Christina and I sort of just like acclimated ourselves into the culture, and we just like we just jumped into the deep end. Like we arrived, like, and as is with all of my trips, it was not without its fucking problems.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
well, like we got to Atlanta, we got it, that was fine. We got on our plane and we start to back off the terminal and we get on the runway and then we have to go back
Flat tire.
because there's a mechanical issue.
That's like, yeah.
So they
Why
fixed
not?
it. So they fixed it. We didn't have to deboard. They fixed it, and then they had to spend the next 30 minutes filling up in gas because they had wasted 30 minutes of gas waiting on the runway.
Hey, at
We
least it's
took
not on your dime.
yeah, I mean, well, we took off and we ended up being 2 hours late. And
Okay.
we had somebody to pick us up at the airport. Customs was a nightmare. It was a fucking nightmare. We waited over an hour in customs. They have a new system over there where you can scan, like if you're over the age of 12, you just stand in front of this thing and they do like an optical scan of your
Yeah, they did that big.
face.
Is it like the big scan thing that everybody was worried about like a long
But
time ago, and now it's kind of like just
so they
standard
have
procedure.
that, but we had a minor. We had Zoe. She's only 8. So
Ah,
we had to go stand in the line where everyone else is, and there's one motherfucker working a kiosk, and it just took forever. And it was annoying as shit, and it was irritating. And then our driver, like, we had issues there, and it took us what should have been 45 minutes from Charles de Gaulle to where we stayed 2.5 hours because we
sheesh.
arrived at 9 o'clock. We got in the taxi at 9 o'clock.
Like PM or
And
AM?
a.m.
Oh, okay, got you.
We left at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday and arrived at like 7:30 a.m. on Thursday. We
Damn.
flew through the night across the Atlantic Ocean.
How was flying through the night? Did you guys sleep okay?
We shouts out to my in-laws. We got the step above business class, so we had pods.
Got yeah.
And they lean all the way back, and you can take a
Do they
you can
close like pods?
No, they weren't enclosed,
Oh, okay, got you.
but these, I mean, we had our own sections and you could sleep, literally lay flat. And we all did. Well, we all tried to. Because that is one of the ways to sort of fight off jet lag is to, okay, if you're arriving in the morning, sleep through the night, which was, 8:30 our time, which
Yeah.
is not terrible, but then you wake up and it's like 4:30 in the morning, and but we hit the ground running as fast as we could. We got to the hotel, check-in was until 3, and then Zoe, Christina, and I were just like, let's go, let's go. First thing immediately that you notice is that there are cafes and places to eat along every fucking street in Paris. There has to be 10,000 restaurants, and I call them restaurants, but it's more like cafes, boulangeries, like um
The
just
Moulin Rouge.
no, that's in another part of France, in another part of Paris. I saw it.
What is it?
Um,
What does that mean though? What does Moulin Rouge mean? I never saw
Oh,
the movie.
it's like a dance thing.
Okay.
It's like a dance.
Like a
It's like
burlesque dancer.
I think that's close to. Yeah, that's a good way.
That's
to
just strippers,
describe it.
right?
No, burlesque is not nude. Sometimes can be, but
I feel like,
not,
but then in strip clubs, like it's not always nude too. Like it's like you have to like have a
strip club
specific.
is nude.
But it's
You're
like
thinking
some are like topless and some are like some are like full on
yeah,
nudity. Yeah.
right, but they're still naked. The whole point. Anyways, so like, and we just stopped at a cafe and it was around lunchtime because we needed something. They don't eat a lot of food in France.
Okay.
Like a breakfast typically like consists of like a croissant and like a coffee
Yeah.
or a small pastry of some sort, and that's it. And the
But
coffee is like 4 ounces. It's
yeah,
not
like
an espresso.
it's normal shot of coffee, right? Like it's
It's not an espresso. It is a cup of coffee.
they give you like
Espresso
a
is different,
really small cup of coffee. Yes,
and
espresso
they
is
don't
concentrated in it. Like you filter the coffee through the puck or whatever. Yeah.
they don't have creamer over there. So mostly what I ended up doing was a cafe au lait, which is
Cafe
coffee
au
with
lait, you know.
cafe with milk and then like some sugar, and then coffee was good. I think that I wished it was better, but I also didn't drink enough. You know what I mean?
They can give
Because
you enough coffee.
well, yeah, I would get a cup of coffee, maybe a cappuccino to go with it. But I followed my same rule that I follow at home, which is I don't drink coffee after 12 o'clock. But like the problem is like they drink coffee all day long.
Yeah,
It's a
you're on vacation. Let your hair down. You know what I mean? Like,
coffee and a cigarette like all day long. Like
yeah.
that's just what
Oh,
they
that was
do.
one of my questions. Like, do they smoke as much like in the movies?
They do smoke a lot,
Is it like,
but
is it banned from restaurants or is it, they don't care?
they smoke outside.
Okay, good. Hey, that's very polite.
But because like listen, like most places to eat, like let's say you walk out of the hotel and you make a left, there's 4 restaurants on this street and there's one across the street, and they pull chairs out and they set 2 chairs up like the way I'm facing
Yeah.
with a table here, and you look out at the street. That's how everything is set up. And then if you
You
have
gotta
more than
enjoy
two,
this for you. Yeah.
well, if you have more than 2 people, you go to you go inside, but everyone has their little coffee and they're smoking a cigarette and they're
Little
like,
coffee.
it's what it is. I mean, it's a
They
4 ounce
got a little
coffee. Dude.
out there. Okay. Second question about smoking. Did they have the little sticks with the like cigarettes attached to the end of it, like in the movies?
No.
Or is that just like a movie thing?
I just saw regular cigarettes.
Everybody wearing a beret or?
No, Zoe had one. I saw mostly kids.
I'm kind
Mostly
of
kids.
upset that you didn't jump on the episode with a beret on, but it's whatever. It's okay. I get it.
I don't have one.
And a little red stripe shirt, like Where's Waldo, and then like a scarf around it, like a twisty
Zoe,
little mustache. I'm kind of upset you didn't do that, but it's fine.
I'm
it's
not
okay.
I'm not a fucking Frenchman, so.
Well, I'm just saying you're talking about leaning into the culture, and like you don't come.
Well, when I say leaning into the culture, I think that.
Is that is that racist if you do that? If you come back and you're like dressed up as a French person?
You mean stereotype?
Stereotyping. What is it?
French people are. It's not a race.
Is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure French is a race, right? European. I guess it's like the European race.
You're thinking a stereotype, though.
I guess so. Yeah.
So a couple of stereotypes to knock out here.
Oh, shut up, Siri. She's just talking to me. Sorry.
The mustache, no, but a significant lack of bushy facial hair.
Yeah.
Most people had 5 o'clock shadows, really close, like basically what you have. Like
Okay.
not actually, you have a little bit. Yeah, you would fit in. Your facial hair is more French than mine. There was like I never saw like my big bushy beard. Like it's just that's just not a thing.
Did you get mistaken for Amish at all? Like when you were there, like were
No.
people like, "Whoa, look at this guy? Is he straight from the farm?" Or
No, they do smoke, but you can kind of tell who's a tourist and who's not a tourist because the tourists didn't smoke and the locals do smoke. Like,
okay, so you were immediately. They were like, "Hey, you want a cigarette?" And they were like, "Nah." And you're like,
I mean, it's not an
"Okay."
absolute rule, but it's like you could you could just tell because I mean I don't know very
What do they call cigarettes over there?
cigarettes.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine.
I'm not saying what you want me to say.
That's fair. That's fine. I mean, it'd
but
be appropriate. It'd be like, what's
I mean,
the word?
I didn't ask people what they called it. It's just
Hey, can I have one of those? What are those called? Yeah. Just
so another one is lack of deodorant.
I was about to say, that was one of my questions. Like, how was the smell?
It sucked, but to be honest with you, there's some stinky motherfuckers that live in this country, so it wasn't.
Just kind of like going
and
to a rock show, you know?
I've been to a lot of metal shows, so it wasn't abnormal. It wasn't great, but like the entire city didn't smell like BO. That's not a thing that existed.
There was
The
like a
only
stinky cloud above the entire city.
it was most prevalent on the metro because
mean,
you're
yeah.
in an enclosed space.
Yeah,
So
naturally.
that was occasionally someone would walk by you and be like, "This person does not wear deodorant."
Do you think it's over under on as smelly as they make it in the movies?
Under. It's not.
Okay, all right, yeah, it's fair. That's what I kind of
Um,
feel like they were kind of playing that up for the movies. You know,
Women with armpit hair. Only saw
That's-
one.
I don't know
Only
if that's
saw one.
is it. I feel like it's catching steam here, but like it's kind of like
Gross. That's
was it-
gross. I'm sorry. It's
honestly,
gross.
like I don't care either way.
It's
Whatever
gross.
you want to do. I'm gonna plead the fifth here and say, hey, do what you want to. Honestly, at the end of the day, because who cares?
do what you want to, but I can have a preference that I don't like it.
That's fair. That's fair. To
and
me,
I can think it's gross.
understanding like how hard it is to like do all the maintenance routines, like I get it. You just not want to
No,
do
it's
it.
not.
Absolutely. Like
You take a shower every day, it's fine.
I mean, it's that's at the same time, it's like who
Nope.
cares? You know.
Nope. I mean, I do. I don't like it.
Eh.
But I only saw it once.
I'm not gonna worship it. You know what I mean? Like that's armpit
Um,
people. I don't mean to like hate on. I don't like you're talking about hot takes or whatever. Like I don't mean to have like too hot of a take, but armpit people, like the people are obsessed with armpits. I don't. It's not that I have anything wrong with you. It's fine. It's your thing. It's weird to me. Just enjoy it. I guess,
the
but-
weather was unbelievably perfect, like 65 to 73 the entire time.
Am I thinking it's
Not-
the UK that it always rains, or is it France too that it's supposed to?
So I
always
mean,
rain?
it rained a couple times, but it was intermittent. It would rain for 20 minutes and it would stop. It was fine. If nothing else, you could tell I was a tourist because I was wearing shorts and everyone else was bundled up like it was fucking wintertime.
What was the temperature?
I just told you.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I wasn't paying attention. What was the temperature? You said good. I don't think you ever said like the number.
I literally said 65 to 73.
I'll have to play it back. I don't remember it.
You play it back. I literally said it, and you
might
didn't
have
hear
said
me.
that.
I said the weather was absolutely perfect between 65 and 73.
Okay, I think I was talking as you were saying
Yeah,
what the
that's-
temperature was.
yeah,
My
that-
bad. I
that
have
that checks
issues.
out.
Yeah.
So like, if nothing else, that I was under the impression that I would have to dress up more than I did. I didn't.
If you're going to fit in,
No, I was fine. Like, there was this implied dress code that like I would have to do instead of wearing basketball shorts, I would need to wear like cargo shorts. But like none of that was a problem, like at all.
okay. So I was gonna that's like another question on the list is like, what was were the people as rude as they say? Like,
So let's get into that because it's one of my favorite things because not one time, not one fucking time, not one interaction did I ever feel like anyone was being rude to me.
or treating you like a tourist or anything.
Not once.
Okay, all right.
And there is a stoicism that French people have that Americans can't handle.
Okay.
The same thing happens to me all the time, Jacob. People think that I'm
Oh,
mad.
okay, that's why I see the anger's coming from now. Like where it's like
People think that like
yeah.
I'm rude and I'm mean, and it's because I don't have a performative
you're not
personality.
putting on a mask like everybody else.
because
you are as
you
are.
go in because that's the whole thing is that like Americans are so performative in everything that they do, whether it's by choice, by proxy, by whatever, is that like most specifically when you go somewhere to eat, but also like let's go back to the point that like there's so many restaurants that I was kind of blown away by, but then it became quickly apparent that like over there working at a restaurant is an actual livable, respectable career to have, and they make fucking money.
They pay a
and they're
livable wage?
They pay a fucking livable wage, so it's not the worst thing in the world to be a server.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's how all these places and all these restaurants exist because again, it is Paris. It's one of the most popular cities in the world. But like the fact that like I didn't see any of these restaurants closed. Like they were all open. Now they didn't open till like 7
you
p.m.
gotta
at
think
night.
too that like it's 3 million people in that city,
But
right?
they get about 10 million visitors a year.
Yeah, which is like, of
A
course you
lot.
of course you can have 1,900 restaurants on a street, like on a city
But like
block.
I
because, like,
can't
yeah.
oversell to you, and I don't think until you witness it in person and like how unfathomable it is. Like
Shouts out
imagine
Spaghetti World Tour coming up soon.
like imagine walking out and then like this street is like 4 blocks and it's full of restaurants and maybe a shop here and there. You turn around the other way, rinse, repeat. You go to the next street over, it's the same exact thing, and it's that for miles,
Like, are they offering the same
kilometers.
food? Is it like
A lot of them are, but a lot of them are different. A lot of the bakeries and a lot of the
again?
boulangeries and stuff
That is kind of
are.
crazy because you think about like how many local places
But
here and the menus that they have, and like oh, you got to go to this restaurant. Like I feel
yeah, but
like
a Chili's capacity is 150 people.
yeah.
These restaurants is like 35.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's
And
to me, it's
the
kind of crazy.
implication is when you sit down to go eat, you're there for 2 hours minimum.
Damn, that's a long
That's
time.
that's the implication because their culture is much slower than ours.
Yeah. And so like that's like your
And
turnover rate for customers has got to be crazy just because like well I mean not crazy because like you're waiting on 2 hours for every customer, but it's like you have 1,900 shops.
they don't
like
do a lot of wait.
restaurants.
They don't do a lot of waiting. Let me just tell you. So there is the thing where you sit down. They again, they're not coming to check on you every 5 minutes to ask if your food is okay. They're not like you will see your server 3 times, maybe.
Is it good or
You see,
bad?
it depends on what your preference is because
If I'm drinking like a lot of water, then I gotta get a refill, or am I have to refill on my own?
you got to know which water to ask for.
That's a special water I've got to ask for. It's like
There's the default water is sparkling water. If you
okay, that's
want
fine. I
if
like
you
that.
want tap water, you ask for still water.
Okay. Can you make sure the water doesn't
Um,
move for me? Yeah.
and oftentimes you want to ask for like a jug of water so you can refill it yourself because again, the cup of water, the glass is this big.
Yeah. Okay. See, I would have a hard time the first
And
time
you're a
sitting down at a
guzzler,
restaurant.
so
Yeah.
you're gonna guzzle it. But here's your other problem you're gonna have is when you sit down, they don't take your drinks and go get your drinks. They give you like 5 minutes
Okay.
and you order everything at once.
Oh, that's fine. I love that idea actually. I
Y-
hate waiting around for them to come back around and
I-
be like, when do you? I'm gonna give you a few minutes. I'll be right back.
okay, yes, but the problem is that they bring what they bring when they bring it.
Okay.
So if you get something as for, let's say you sit down for breakfast and you order a cafe au lait and a croissant. Okay, well the croissants are everywhere. By the way, croissants are this big. Like that's the biggest thing on their menu. It's huge. Like
Okay.
it's obnoxiously
So if
big.
you're hungry, get a croissant.
Well, it's not. It's not even like very filling. It's very flaky. It's whatever. But like they'll bring you your coffee. But like let's say you're with Shelby and she wants a crepe or an omelet. Well,
Yeah.
you might be done with your food by the time her food comes out.
Okay. So is it the American standard of like waiting? Do I have to wait for her or for her food to come out, or is my
I
croissant gonna
don't.
get cold? Like what am I doing?
Your croissant's probably gonna be cold. I didn't get very many warm croissants.
Hmm. That's fine, I
Um,
guess. It's their culture. It's whatever.
it's whatever.
It's your culture.
That part's fine. My in between is like take my drink first and then bring me my drink, and by the time you bring me my drink, like then I'll order the food. But that's just me being an American because I'm so used to it. Because I do think that we take too fucking long here to get
Yeah.
all of our order. But like the thing is like if you want appetizers and a meal, you order them at the same time. They're coming out at the same time, which I don't like.
Eh.
But it's whatever. As far as the food is concerned, like pastries are fine, desserts really good, breakfast all around is fine. Like I don't need it. I don't need a huge big breakfast. The actual food itself, personally, not great. Not great.
Okay.
There is a lot of stuff that is mayonnaise based, and the one thing that I noticed is that you cannot make a lot of substitutions. It is how it is, and you order it how it is. That is just there's no I want a cheeseburger, but I want it with mustard instead of ketchup and no
Now,
mayo.
you told me this. I still feel like if you didn't want a condiment on it, they'd be like, "All right, that's fine." But it's just, I don't know. It feels even if
You
it's,
would buckle under pressure and just eat it how it is.
I mean, like that's absolutely. I mean, I don't. I've gotten to the point now where like if you mess up my burger, like I'm just gonna eat it.
The reason being is because when you order the food comes out quick. Like you don't the turnaround from order to food on table is very quick.
I want to give you plenty of time to talk.
Well, it's because there's no alterations made.
Okay, I mean, that
Like
makes
there is an understanding when you go somewhere you're gonna order it how it is. Now, there were a couple circumstances where
It does make sense though.
you go somewhere. Now, like I went to I found a smash burger place because I was starving to death, and I was like, smash burger, okay, cool. I asked them what their house sauce was, and they told them it was a Thousand Island, and I fucking bit
Ooh.
into it, and they fucking lied to me. It was mayonnaise. I threw it in the trash. Like I was fucking mad
I
because I just
mean,
spent 12 euros on a fucking hamburger and I didn't eat it.
okay, but isn't Thousand Island, isn't that mayo based? I don't know what Thousand
I don't.
Island's made out of.
It was straight mayo was the problem.
That's funny. Oh, was it?
It's not funny because
It's
I was hungry, dude.
yeah, but I mean, it's like, did you like which burger did you order? Like what? I don't know, man. It's like, what's the how?
Because
I don't know.
because here's the thing. Everything that I saw would tell you that this is quite simply mayonnaise. Like it would tell you that it is mayonnaise,
Yeah,
right? Mayonnaise is how they say it. Or it would say special sauce, burger sauce, whatever.
yeah,
So the understanding is that those are two different things.
yeah.
They are
Okay.
not.
Oh,
And
well.
that specific circumstance, they were not. They were
I
they were
just I do find it funny that like they would obviously have people there that fuck up orders all the time too, just because like that's human nature or whatever. And I feel like it's like this guy's first day. He's like, okay, yeah, it's Thousand Island dressing, and he's like, okay, but I put mayonnaise on it. He's like, just send it out. We'll be all right. It'll be all right. It's just like
there
you get
were
that fucked up order.
in large portion to that as well is that menus were limited. You asked if they sold the same thing, but there's certain things that they sold that were the same, but menus were very limited. There's not a lot to choose from. So
Yeah.
that being the case, it also goes with like there's not a lot of substitutions, not a lot of alterations, and like if you don't want this menu, go elsewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like that when you have like that many restaurants, it's like, okay, this person. That's what I'm saying. It makes sense now because it's like, okay, you go to that smash burger place. So like, okay, what's your sauce? They're like, oh, mayonnaise. So it's like, okay, well, I don't want that. So I'm gonna go to like this other smash burger place down the strip, and like get the house sauce or whatever, the Thousand Island. So that makes sense.
There was a place across the street called Relais de Antrocotti, I believe. And it was I don't know if Christina ever sent you any snaps, but this
Every now
place
and then, yeah.
this place did not open until 6:30, and people would start lining up at like 5:30
AM or PM
and
again. Sorry. Is it
PM.
breakfast?
This is
Okay.
dinner time.
Okay,
No,
gotcha.
nothing is open at 6:30 in the morning.
That's crazy to me. That's wow. That's wild.
Because the workday doesn't start till 9.
Mm.
There was a couple of restaurants where they would be open before 9 because so people could come in. Anyways, at this restaurant, like we saw it every night because it was literally we walk out of the hotel. And by the way, the rooms are small, the beds are small, the bathrooms are small, the shower is small, everything is small. Like it's
Damn.
just we had issues with our room when we got there that I just sort of didn't even like mention. Anyways, so this restaurant's right across the street and it's right next to the school. And every night, every single night, like we would be coming home at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and the line is 50 people deep. And so like by the like third or fourth day, we're looking into this place. And we're like, what is going on? Like clearly this is the thing. Like this is the fucking business.
This is the restaurant.
I think this restaurant has been open for like 80 something years, and the only thing that is on their menu is steak and fries.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
That is it.
Did you go and get a steak and fry?
You can choose your wine, and they had a salad it was like a green salad, but their dressing was like a Dijon mustard base, and it was strong, bro. Like strong.
That sounds good, dude.
And then obviously the desserts you could pick, but you go in, you don't look at a menu.
They just bring it to you.
You get 2 slabs of steak, you get 2 things of fries and a salad and a drink. That's it.
One person gets to that, or is it like you and another person get that?
You get 2 servings of steak and fries. You as a person.
Okay.
So Christine, now the steak was this big,
Okay, it's like a little fillet or whatever. Yeah.
It was more like a cube steak.
Okay. Like what are the prices like? Is the economy like struggling over there too? So like the price is high.
Everything I never felt. I mean, the euro to US dollar is kind of fucked. I have no
Euros
idea
are
why.
higher, right? Like they're
I think if you traded in a dollar, you would get 82 cents in euros.
okay. Yeah. Why is the dollar so low? It's so weird.
I don't know.
Nothing going on. I'm sure.
No idea why. So we ate it. There was like this green, like the the way to describe it would be like a salsa verde looking sauce
Mm-hmm.
that went on the steak, but it wasn't salsa verde. I don't know how to describe this
Was it
sauce.
basil? Did it have like? Because it might have been
I
pesto. Is the only thing I think of.
it
That's like
was not pesto because it was a
mm,
lot creamier.
like
I
aioli,
don't
maybe.
no, it was
Mm.
no, it wasn't that cream because there was no mayonnaise involved. It was
Well, I
like
mean, I think you can have like
I
basil aioli.
I'll try to find you a picture to show you, but we ate it. It was good. I don't know if it's worth standing in line because like I think they had like a 45 person cap and like we thought that it was split off into sections like this group 1 would eat and then they let group 2 in, but it was more like if you get in group 1 they seated everybody, when you leave they let people in. Like that's just how it went. People were lined up for hours,
It
bro.
might have been like the only place that had steak, like in the in
No,
the in the
nope.
country.
It's
No,
everywhere. It's
that's
everywhere.
weird. That's a weird.
There's cows everywhere in France, dude.
Well, yeah, but I
Um,
mean, like that might be the only place that's allowed to sell steak or
their
something. I
their
don't know.
milk, their milk is like whatever cows they use is like
Okay, just a cow.
specific. No, like no, they have special cows over there. I think they're called Normandy cows.
Cows are
And
cows.
they're no, they're not.
Cows are
Like you're wrong. Like it's just like I don't know how to tell you, dude. You're
cows.
wrong.
Cows are cows. Yeah.
Um, and so like they have these Normandy cows over there, and like the whatever the fat content that's in their milk makes like all of their like coffee drinks like a lot creamier. I didn't eat a lot of cheeses, not a lot of fromage,
Did you
but
get an omelette du fromage, whatever you want to say?
I didn't get any omelets.
That's
No
sad.
omelets. No omelets. I'm sorry. But to your Duolingo question, did it help me? Yes. Did it help me speak fluently? No. Was I able to understand stuff? Yes. Um,
My biggest thing was like, because I remember you mentioned before you had headed out, like they were talking about somebody was like probably in like a reel or something like that. Somebody was like, "Don't come with here with your Duolingo French." And it's like, did
because
anybody turn their nose up at you?
no, because most of the time they know you're not from there.
Yeah,
There were 2 or 3 instances where we were complimented on our bonjour that sounded very authentic that people defaulted into speaking French.
yeah.
Like normal, if you're like, I bonjour, like
I mean,
obviously,
that's how I would be, obviously.
but like there were several times where like there we walked into this little, like the second day we were there, we walked in and I froze, not because I didn't know how to react, but because they speak so fast.
Yeah.
They talk so fast. And so it's like bonjour, and then like she's is like comment ça va, and it's like I respond, and then she responds, and then it's just like I froze because I could not process fast enough her French to English than the English that I have to convert to French in order to say it fast enough. And then she goes, "Oh, anglais," and it's like, "Oui," and then so we start.
I'm be honest with you real quick, ma'am. I don't
No,
know what
no,
you're
because here's
saying
the
so
thing.
fast.
The thing about bonjour is legit. Like that is the introductory token to everything that you do. And if you don't do it, you're not going to have a good time, which is also probably why people think that French people are mean because like
They're not
that
saying bonjour.
because people aren't doing the expected like obligation of bonjour. Like
Yeah,
that is it's no different than saying, "Hey, how are you today?" Like,
yeah.
"Comment ça va?" Like, "Bonjour, comment ça va?" Hello, how are you? That is literally what it is. So like Christina and I took it very seriously in the sense that like we were being very respectful to a country because I think it's extremely ignorant and pompous of you, not you, but the general you, to go to a foreign country and expect them to accommodate your American English needs.
I think that needs to happen more here. But I think
I
people need
think
to
I
start
think
coming
that
to
is
America to give us a little taste of our own medicine. So I think that'd be funny, honestly. But
well, if you go to France where they speak fucking French, try,
yeah,
try, try. It's the whole thing that we talked to Fred about of like trying to say someone's name. Like you see a Japanese person's name and you don't know how to say it. I think there's so much respect in trying to say it rather
respectfully
than
trying to say it, not just being an asshole and like making fun of
cor-
them. Yeah,
correct. And I think that like you can tell like and it's just like there and again like if you come over here you should try to speak English. If you can't, that's fine, but like again, if you go to Spain and you don't speak Spanish, try. If you go to Germany, I mean, most people in Germany speak English, but like the whole point
I mean,
being
I would argue
is
that
that
most other countries speak English, but you know, like
they do speak, most people speak French, right? The
yeah,
first server we had, like he reached over and like said something. He's like, "Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a rude Frenchman." You know, like he was just leaning into it. He was super nice. There was only one instance where I could tell the server was fed up with my party. It was not me, and it was not my wife, and it was not my child.
oh
I'll
boy,
let you. I'll let you. And
maybe
I could
parse out who
tell.
that one is.
I could tell that she was getting quite annoyed with the loud. Now there is a perception that Americans are loud, and it is entirely true because everything is fucking quiet in France, and especially in Paris. Everyone keeps to themselves, which is amazing. No one bothers you. No
Hell yeah,
one
dude.
hassles you.
Hell yeah, dude.
There is a general understanding of minding your own fucking business at all times.
I like that. I like
Dude, I
that.
loved it.
I like that.
To give you a broader scope of like the easiest way I've been able to explain it to people is it was like stepping into the 90s. And what I mean by that is that like you go to cafes, no one's on their phone, dude. No one is on their phone.
Okay.
Everyone is having conversation, drinking a coffee. A lot of people are smoking, like the 90s, but no one's on their phone. People that are by themselves are reading books. Everything is
Yeah.
quiet. Everything is slower. The pace of everything is a lot slower, which is like what we are all nostalgic for and longing for. Like it's just the architecture is amazing. Like there are buildings that are older than this country, dude. Like several of the buildings, like dude, the Louvre has paintings that are like
AI generated.
thousands
Yeah.
thousands of years old, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. The Louvre is fucking cool as shit, man. The Mona Lisa is probably the most underwhelming piece of art in the history of the world.
Now, I do think that Christina sent me a snap of it, and it like the wall that
It's
they
like
have it on is
it's
like,
bulletproof. It's
uh,
bulletproof glass.
I mean, not just that, but it just like it's this big ass wall, and then there's just like I don't even know how big it is. Like probably like what is it, like
It's
24
like
by
a
48. Like it's like
maybe 11 by 17.
that's like a normal standard sheet of paper. It's insane. Yeah, it's like
Hold on, let's look.
it looks so tiny against this
It
huge
is.
ass wall,
It
dude.
is.
And it's like they make that thing out to be so much. Like it's like we're supposed to sit here and be like, holy fuck.
It is 30 by 21.
I don't I don't understand
Did
why
you hear
is
me?
it? Yeah, 30 by 21. Yes. But it's like
It is
that's
it
not
is
very big at all.
considered no, it's not. And it's behind a bulletproof glass. Now, they are building its own enclosure because there are two amazing gigantic wall murals in the same room that nobody sees because everyone like dude there and like the lady that was with us she was like hey make sure that everything that you have is zipped up
Oh
and
yeah,
around you she's
pickpockets.
like
Yeah.
she said the pickpockets around the Mona Lisa are really bad um
I mean,
and
that's where everybody's going. So yeah, obviously it's like you get a lot of tourists in there.
I'd also heard that like pickpocketing was bad like around a lot of the touristy places. I never had any experience with that. I never really got close
You got to
enough for
carry a
anybody
decoy
to
wallet.
um but like the Louvre is huge. Like like you think it's the triangle thing? Like you've seen it?
I'm
Like
honest with you, I've never seen a picture of the Louvre.
okay.
I heard about it in the news because those guys stole out of it or something.
So dude, yeah, like I literally saw that room. It's closed off
The
and
room that they stole from?
yes.
That's cool.
Like
That's where I'm going if I'm going to the
our
Louvre.
no, you can't. So the lady our guide was awesome, dude. Like she was so cool and like
Yeah.
she like we were able to skip the line. But anyways, if you look at the Louvre, there's it's like from the sky there's these things, but most people associate the glass pyramid as the Louvre. You go underground. The entire museum is underground.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know
And
that.
it is fucking huge, dude. Like
That's
you
cool.
could spend all day there and I don't think you could see everything. And like you know, there's just like a lot of like masterpieces. Like Venus de Milo is there, the Mona Lisa is there, like Samson and who you know, all David versus Goliath, like all these paintings, all these like everything. Um like just like so many paintings and like getting some of the backstory because like the Louvre was essentially like a fortress. Like and there's parts of when they dug out the Louvre, like underneath, you see the actual outside of the fortress, like the original fortress.
Now is it like
That
underground
was like
because it
built in
was
like
like where it would keep it?
1157.
Yeah, but it's like it's underground because we keep everything safe. Is that why? Because it was built during like war
Um,
times or whatever, or is it?
well, because it wasn't originally a museum. It was originally like a cathedral, like a palace, like someone lived there
That's cool.
on top, and then like just over time. But like the fortress, like gets they build over top of it, and like the original moat is still there, like underneath. It's cool as shit.
That's really cool.
But
So you
there
saw
was
the
something
room where they stole everything out of it, and
yeah,
like,
so the our guide said that she was there the day it happened, and
damn,
it
dude.
happened on a Sunday,
But it's like,
and they
wasn't it super
eh,
underwhelming? Didn't like nothing had they just like came in, climbed, grabbed stuff, and went or whatever?
I mean underwhelming. They stole like 20 like jewels, like some of them from like King Henry and shit.
Yeah, but they got caught too. I think pretty sure. Then it turned out that
They got caught, but they did not know who sold them, and they never recovered they never recovered them.
I thought, yeah, I feel like it was a very super underwhelming story, and they turned out to be like just guys. They're just guys or something like that. And they're just like,
They were hired. It's like, yeah, they were hired, but like they were like, we don't know. It was like we sold it to somebody who sold it to somebody to sold it to somebody sold it to somebody.
yeah, damn,
Um,
man, what a
and
crime.
obviously Da Vinci is Italian. The Mona Lisa is Italian, so there's that whole like,
So I
they
looked
stole
up.
it.
Oh, sorry, I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I looked up. Like why the Mona Lisa was famous. It's like because this guy was good art. He like the mastery of art. And it's just like it looks like a normal ass fucking painting. What are you talking about? It's I could probably draw something not as good as the Mona Lisa,
No,
obviously.
absolutely no fucking way.
Okay, now
You are comparing yourself to Leonardo
let's
fucking Da Vinci.
let's
Get
calm
the
down here.
fuck out of
Okay,
here. I am
you
irritated
and I
by
just
this
agreed
statement.
the Mona Lisa is super underwhelming. You don't think that I could draw a super
No.
underwhelming art piece and like sell it as like, oh, this is actually like, oh,
No,
this is.
I don't.
I mean, I don't know, man.
No, I don't.
It's so super.
Now,
It's like
it's
like
underwhelming
a s-
for us in 2026, but in like 1537 when it was made, it was not underwhelming because it was the first time that somebody was they captured a smile.
I guess, you know.
But
I
like
get maybe it is my like
it's under
futuristic
to me
ego.
it's
You know?
underwhelming because like it's just to me it's just a portrait and it's tiny and like it's a larger than life thing. It's considered a modern masterpiece, right?
Yeah.
And okay, great. But like I wouldn't put it on my top 5 paintings of all time.
Yeah, like Starry Night too. There's just like fucking finger paints, dude. So
Then do it, motherfucker.
I mean, I'm just saying I can.
No, you can say you can all you want, and until you do, you're wrong.
I just think art in general is kind of just like. I mean, it's
people. It's very subjective.
It is very subjective. That the point is like you see so many like awesome pieces of art, right? People who can paint like amazing things or whatever, and then it's like, but then you go to like these art museums and it's like somebody taped a banana to the wall. And like that's art, and it's like
yeah, that shit's dumb. But like these are like, but like when you think about like the resources people had in the 1500s, and they're able to make shit that people can't make today with all of the stuff that we have. That's why that art is like.
Can they make it today? But that's the reason it's so underwhelming because it's like yeah, everybody has access to that. Like,
dude, show me something that was made in the last 20 years that compares to the shit that they made 400 or 500 years ago.
I'm just saying,
and the fact that these people had the same artistic ability.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I think that it's
lived like 35 years.
Like Leonardo da Vinci, if he lived in 2026 and he made the Mona Lisa in 2026, people are like,
that's because
that's not even a good portrait, buddy. What are you doing?
It's because society is fucking jaded as hell, and everybody thinks that.
Again, it's like with the progression of stuff, like you were saying, like the reason like it was big at its time is because Da Vinci was the only one that could do that. And so, like, I get it. What you're saying is what I'm trying. I'm trying to agree with you here.
It's not just the Mona Lisa. It's like all of these paintings, even the religious shit that I didn't care about. I was just like, man, these people are fucking talented as shit. Like,
yeah,
this is back when like art mattered and people gave a shit and didn't use ChatGPT to fucking make the worst looking fucking like avatar of all time.
And anyways, I still think that people could draw the Mona Lisa.
I think absolutely. I think you have a lot of
one, but.
I think you have a lot of great artists, but I just like, the Ninja Turtles are the Ninja Turtles, man. Like, they're not naming anybody after, you.
No, yeah, that'd be kind of weird, honestly.
Then we went to Versailles, the Palace of Versailles, which is like the second largest, like whatever. And then it was kind of like whatever. It's this giant, like imagine a Biltmore that's like 3 times the size.
Never been there either. Like a big building. It's like it's like a big building, right? It's like,
but like you see how these fucking people lived in the 1700s, and you understand why the French people like
Off of their
folded.
heads. Yeah.
Yeah, like you see, like, oh, Marie Antoinette. Yeah, I see why she got her head fucking cut off, because of the way that she lived and the way that people lived. And it was like, by the way, that gap way bigger now.
Wage gap. Or
It's
the
way bigger now, and they fucking beheaded people in the 1700s for a smaller wage gap
yeah.
than what we have currently right now.
I'm not advocating for violence, but I'm just saying if somebody else out there was to overthrow the government, I'd be like, as long as it's not the wrong person overthrowing the government. That's the thing we always talk about, is that, like, yeah, we can have people revolt and riot against the government. Then it's like, but then there's the same dipshits who get in. They're like, well, now I'm the person in charge, and I'm going to make all the rules, and it turns out to be like the South all over again, you know. So
And obviously the Eiffel Tower is a big deal, right?
yeah, I had a few questions about the Eiffel Tower. Dude. This
Okay.
is their piece de la resistance, right? Like,
Well, Christina took this amazing picture. Like the first night we took the metro to Trocadero, and it's like that picture, like it's just this amazing picture that she took. And then I think the second night or the third night we went to the other side, and there's this big open field where people will just take like a blanket, and they'll go, and like, you know, you have peddlers out there selling like wine and champagne and shit, and they'll sell, you know, glasses, and people just go out there and they hang out. Now I called you at 10 o'clock at night, and it was fucking daylight outside.
yeah, it was crazy. I was like, oh, cool. It must be like 6 o'clock there. You're like, nah, like it's like 10 o'clock or whatever.
It was 10 p.m. and the sun was still up, but like the Eiffel Tower sparkles. And so we did that, and that was really cool. And then the next day we went up all the way to the top of
Okay.
the Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower, bigger or smaller in person? Like, what do you like?
Bigger.
So it was like blew you away, like how big it was when you got there.
It's a big fucking thing, dude.
Okay.
It's big,
Okay.
bro.
Now,
It's big.
what was your first like raw reaction to seeing it?
That's a big fucking thing.
Nice. Did you cry at all? Did you like tear up or anything like that,
No.
or like? Did you,
No, I don't have any like sentimental.
I
like,
am
attachment
kind
to
of with Ian on this. Like, you didn't. Did you do anything? Did you go up and touch it? You like lick it or anything like that, or like?
I touched it by being at the top of it, like the
Yeah, but I
floor
mean, like,
and the sides and shit.
you didn't like lick the like post. Can you
No,
get
because
near
I'm
the
not.
base of it? Like, can you?
Yeah. Well, no.
But are they
Like
have
the
like roped off so people can't like take
well,
it
like
down or whatever?
it's like I think it's like water around it.
Oh, okay.
But no, like I'm not a disgusting human being, and I'm not licking somewhere
Dude,
where
it's-
thousands and millions of people have put their disgusting fucking hands and germs.
Well, I mean, like, find a spot that hasn't been touched that much, but you know.
Oh, find a spot on the Eiffel Tower that hasn't been touched when they have 10 million people a year that come see that thing. You
It's a
fucking idiot.
once in a lifetime experience, man. I'm just saying.
I was there and you weren't, so like I beat you to it.
At the very least, you could have smelled it. You know, smelled the
It
melt.
smells like metal. It smells like metal.
Now, I did have a question. Was it like it's an old, it's an old fucking thing, right? I don't know when they built it. Right?
They built it for the World's Fair in 1911.
They built that for the World's Fair, and then we go and build like a giant ball. Come on, guys.
Here's what's crazy: they built that thing in 2 years and had 0 fatalities.
How many fatalities were on the Golden Ball here?
Probably a lot.
Yeah, man. That's
The
crazy.
thing about
we didn't
the
even
thing about
touch the height.
The thing about Europe in general is just like just the architecture is just unbelievable. Like it's just unbelievable. Like just walking down the streets is like a treat, because then like I have complained on this podcast that I think that everything in this country is drab and ugly and just like disgusting. Like everything is just a square fucking box. They've taken all the personality out of McDonald's and Taco Bell's and Pizza Hut. Every building looks like the goddamn same, and it's awful.
Homes are all built like cookie cutter homes.
It's
like,
terrible, right?
yeah.
And then you go over there, and it's again like there's buildings that are 400 years old, bro, older
Yeah.
than this country, and it's just like actual modern, like actual architecture took actual thought. Like I'm not a religious person by any means, but like going into Notre Dame was kind of cool.
That was where all the money was, honestly. Like,
Underwhelming because like I didn't give a shit. But like,
wait, is that the one where they have the Sistine Chapel painted on top of it and shit?
That's a totally different building. Sistine Chapel is in Italy.
I said it out loud, and I was like, that does sound like a different building, I thought maybe the Sistine Chapel was the inside of the Notre Dame. I don't know,
Now,
did
there was stained
Michelangelo
glass.
paint the Notre Dame too, or is it?
No. I don't. There are paintings in there. I don't know who painted them. A lot of people like it's still like an active like things going on there. Like there was a service going on while we were there.
You said that Da Vinci was Italian, Mona Lisa was Italian, and you said there was something to do with the fact that like they had the Mona Lisa. That
in
feels like it
France.
should be a bigger deal, right? Like it feels
Well,
kind of weird.
a guy stole it in like 1900s.
Is there bad blood, do
But
you think?
the story I was told is that the French government, because Da Vinci's buried in France.
He was okay. You said he's Italian. Did he live in France though? Like, I mean, I don't know.
The final years of his life, lived in France
He's like, this country's better. Fuck you.
the French gave him a residency to live there, an appartement.
Oh, I
So
forgot to
he
ask you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go
was
hold
good.
that thought.
Okay.
So he made this painting and gifted it to the French. Some Italian guy came in 1908, stole the Mona Lisa.
Oh, okay. So an Italian guy stole it from the French.
And took it back, and the French got it back. But the guy only spent a year in jail.
You know, what's funny is that like it is kind of funny to see that like
The Sistine Chapel is, by the way, it's in the Vatican City.
okay, what is that? It's like a dude. There's so much I don't know about like the Catholics and all that. Okay, so
Anyways,
don't hate me,
so
okay?
I'm there at Notre Dame, and
Yeah.
I personally was underwhelmed because I didn't give a shit, because I'm
Gotcha.
not a religious person. I wasn't moved by this. To me, it's a fucking big ass building. Whatever. I
That'd
don't
have been
care.
like I just like
I
architecture.
mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It was cool because the architecture was cool, but like Zoe, I couldn't wear a hat. They would not let me in if I was wearing a hat. I'd take my hat off.
That's fucking
No.
What does Jesus care you're wearing a hat, dude? Come on.
Women, if you are a female, doesn't matter your age, you could not show your shoulders. You had to cover your shoulders
That's
after you weren't
fucking
allowed in.
stupid.
That was the rules, bro.
Whatever.
Those are rules.
Nicholas Flamel, that's what I was gonna say. Was he? I can't remember where he was buried, but I feel like it was in Paris.
I don't know who
Paris
that
or
is.
France. Nicholas Flamel. I mean, that's what his first alchemist, whatever. But so
No, I don't know who that is.
looks like somebody knows a little bit of history that Alex doesn't know, which is like, you know, I'm gonna take that W. What I can get.
But like it was cool. We did what else did we do? The Eiffel Tower was legit cool, but we're at the top of the tower, and as it would be, I'm not gonna go deep into it because I'm not gonna ruin the vibes of this podcast. But we get a call from our dog sitter.
Oh yeah, that's you got that phone call at the top of the Eiffel Tower, dude. That's wild. That's wild.
And our dog sitter informs us that there is a gas leak in my home, and that they're coming to turn our gas off. And she was freaking out. She's like, "I'm taking the dogs outside until it's okay." Like, I don't know what the fuck you want us to do. Like, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you all didn't die in my house and my dogs didn't die.
Damn, that would have been something to come home to, honestly.
Not
good.
I will just put a pin in that and say that since the moment I've gotten home, which was like 6 days ago, I've been in a fucking god awful mood.
Yeah.
Because I've been dealing with just unreasonable bullshit that I don't think that I should have to be dealing with.
Can I make a small point though, real quick? You know, at the top of the episode, at the beginning of the episode, I was like, vacation is all like you had your finger on the scale.
Yeah, but why me?
No, I mean like just the picture,
because that doesn't happen to you.
I mean, well, I'll get to it in a second, but like the picturesqueness of it, where it's like you're literally at the literal height of your vacation, being on the top of the Eiffel Tower, right? The tallest place that you could be on vacation. You get the phone call that like, you know, basically saying that like, yeah, you're having too good of a time, right? Let's humble you a little bit with a little bit of trivial.
There's this thing that's been a running joke for 363 episodes about me and this
it's just hard not to
CURSE.
Yeah. We've got to the point now in 360 episodes that like we're having to spell it out so that way it doesn't hear us talking about it. And that's like honestly that is wild, and that is an evolution in its own, right? Oh man, it's just
I just don't want to manifest energy. Anyways, so that all happens. What else did we do? We did the catacombs, which is just I don't think there is anything in this world that exists like that outside of in Paris, France. It is deep underground.
Yeah. Like, how deep is it? Like I don't know. Sorry, I didn't do any research for you or on my end either. But it's gotta be like those are real bones, right? Like from actual human beings, right?
It is 1.5 kilometers underground, so it's just under a mile underground.
That's crazy, man.
And there's 131 steps to get down on a spiraling staircase. Remember I told you everything was small?
Yeah. Is it scary? Did you get scared at all? You get claustrophobic. You're claustrophobic though, aren't you?
yes, but it wasn't that small. I wasn't like this. I was fine. My father-in-law is a bigger man than me, so he struggled a little
So you
bit.
never had
And
like that crushing feeling of like being in a
the
cave
ceiling, yes,
in a mile
because
underground.
I'm underwater.
Yeah, that could potentially collapse at any moment. Yeah.
And it's 65 feet underground.
Okay.
So there were scenarios in walking through these catacombs, literal catacombs, filled with not hundreds, not thousands, millions.
Yeah.
For those at home, millions of bones,
Yeah.
skulls, femurs, tibulas, all of it.
Like
And they are
real
stacked.
bones.
If you're watching the YouTube, this thing
It's
behind me,
background. Yeah, it's actual skulls, actual bones. Those are
it is
tibulas, fibulas. Yeah.
eerie as fuck. It is because like you think, oh, like I've seen skeletons before. Have you ever seen like 4 million skeletons?
That's man, and that's the thing too is that like I think that we take it for granted seeing like in horror movies and seeing like Halloween time and like oh it's a funny little skeleton, but like to see actual skeletons that were inside a human body at one point, and that person's now dead and all the skin is corroded away, like everything's like gone, and it's just a bone, right?
They burnt all the skin off because
Yeah.
like you have these headphones, and this is like in the 1800s, like basically plagues and death and and graveyards are overflowing, and there's nowhere to put these dead people.
I was gonna ask you why they had the bones, but yeah.
So they took it upon themselves to like, well, how do we save these? And blah blah blah.
Make it pretty. Like,
And also during the French Revolution, which is a big fucking deal. You'll have to look into it. Like literally, it's a big fucking deal. They fucking killed kings and shit.
yeah,
like,
they literally did the revolution thing, like the thing that we base all of our fun little Viva la Russia, like that's all based off of like an actual revolution that happened.
And so like a lot of these people are from that, and they didn't have where to put them, and so like they put these bodies and they burn them in these big pyres, and then once the remains are done, they take these bones and they stack them, and they just make this underground fucking tunnel that's a mile. It's wild as shit, dude. It's just like. And then you come out like it's one way. There's no way, like you can't turn around. Once you get going, you got to go. But
scary,
but like it's like 6'3", so like there are moments where like I'm walking, I'm having to duck my head a little bit. So like my father-in-law, he's like 6'5", so like he's
goddamn, he had to be like just terrified.
he was not having a good time because it was and then like it's very quiet in there, and like there's water just dripping.
Because it's like naturally just dripping through the ceiling, right? Because it's flowing over the top of it or whatever.
Yeah, and it's under constant like restoration all the time. These caverns, like it just opened up like 2 days before we were there.
That's scary.
But what's funny is like we had like 10 o'clock tickets, and then we didn't get into like 11:15 because there was a fucking strike going on while we were there.
Dude, you don't hear enough about those anymore, man. Like they used to have them all the damn time, man.
And they were like there was on the outskirts of Paris, the outer rim, there was a strike over like the metro, so like there were lines that were shut down, and
is it still about like the retirement age? Like, did they ever get that figured out, or like
I don't know.
Macron is he's French president, right? Is he?
I don't
know.
No,
I think is he out?
There's a lady. It's a lady, right?
No, the super right wing lady didn't win it. I think it's I fucking now I gotta do.
And either way, it doesn't matter. But there was also a strike at the airport like 2 days after we left. There was strikes going on, and it's very organized there, and it's just like a way of life there.
Macron's still going on.
They don't tear gas people. They don't cause riots. They don't do any of this bullshit that happens in this. They let people protest, and then the people fucking just go on and with their life. It's crazy what happens when you just let people live.
I think that they have a good reason though, is because like the last time that they tried to like quell the people, it didn't go so well for them, right? Because the revolution that we just talked about, dude. They said, "Oh, you're gonna keep us down?" Nah, sir. Yeah. They had a few of those, didn't they? Did they have they had a few kings in those times. Man.
But like the nightlife is crazy because like it's still like 11 o'clock and it's like 7 o'clock here. I never saw complete darkness. I was never awake when there wasn't the sun wasn't out at some point. It was just a vibe, dude. Like it was incredible. Like it was incredible, and I would 100% go back. Like I enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot more. I think New York City has better food, But the way that Paris is like, oh, I forgot to talk about. I went over to like Marmont too, which is where you haven't seen John Wick 4, but like a lot of John Wick 4 is
I need to see.
filmed
I need to
there.
see that. Yeah.
And like I took a picture of the steps that John
That's
Wick has.
right. Yeah,
I
dude.
I went up to the part to where like the fucking final duel is in front of Marmont. No, here's what's crazy. What I found out about the metro, there is like the metro line. I sent you a picture.
Yeah, it's a
It's
lot.
wild. It's a lot. But what I found out is there is an entire stop that is fake. There's a fake stop that is specifically for movies and TV, and it is where John Wick was filmed. They use it, it's a set. It's a fully functioning part where like the metro goes in and out, but it's not a stop, it's a secret stop, and it is used only for TV and movies.
That's really cool.
It is really cool.
That's really neat.
But
like
like
that.
what was cool is like we went over to like Marmont, and then like I saw all that shit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go home, and I had it on my iPad, and I like fast forwarded to the part, and I'm like, there it is, I see it, there it is, because like where the steps are, and you get to the top, like you can take you can take it's a trolley, right? You can take a trolley up to the top, and so like the way that that John Wick 4 is filmed, it's at nighttime. And so like you can't see it, but like now that I know that it's there, I start looking for it, and I'm like, there it is, a suit, it's right there. And so it was really cool.
That's really fucking
I'm trying to think of, you know,
cool. What
like
other
as far as
questions I have?
yeah, as far as Duolingo though, like it did help me. It did not help me speak it, but it did help me feel less
Well,
like,
what do they do better than the U.S.?
oh my God, we don't have enough time to do this
Okay,
podcast.
I guess I feel like this whole episode's been about what do they do better than the U.S. What was your favorite part?
I just think the slowness of stuff was really good. Um, just the general vibe, like again, it's like stepping out of the 90s in like the best possible way. And like I think we all know we're all too attached to our phones, and it was just nice and refreshing to see people and like a sense of community and a sense of like camaraderie and people having conversations, and like it feels like you could sit down with someone and have a drastically differencing of opinion.
Yeah,
You could and not get into a fist fight and not get into like a yelling match. You guys could have a fucking coffee and talk about your different opinions and like be okay. Where like you can't do that here.
not anymore. That's for sure. Like
Right.
it gets so heated so quick. You know, people
And I
have
feel like
such
there's
strong
just
opinions.
there's a very not laissez-faire, but like there's just a mind your own business kind of lifestyle. It's slower, it's very stoic, they're reserved, they're not, there's no performativeness, which again, like I keep coming back to that, just like that was not the biggest, like the one of the questions like what's your biggest culture shock, and it was just like it was more so of like we live our life this way,
Mhm.
and you go into a foreign country and realize that nothing that you do matters, the way you live your life is not important.
Mhm.
Like your values are not they're your values, but no one else holds those values. It's just like you are the way you are because it's just the way you were, this is the way you were brought up.
Yeah,
And like all of these people slept fine at night, not believing, not adhering, not structured the same way you were. You know what I mean?
it's kind of beautiful.
And it's crazy, and I think I said it in our group chat, I think it's the best education that anyone can ever go, is to literally just go to a different country that doesn't speak your native language and watch these people, and again, try to show respect. Like like if I ever went to Japan, like it would be just
God
arrogant of
damn,
me
do
to,
you talk about like if we ever do take a big trip together? I think we should go to like either, I think Japan's or Europe, or the Europe somewhere in the Europes, like just because like
somewhere in the Europes.
yeah, just like because like I say in the Europes because like if we go say we go to Germany, like we can go and like just fuck off or like and go like the different countries that have our passports and shit like that. But like in Japan, like it'd be cool too.
I mean,
but
I have my passport.
like with Japan, it's probably bigger than I make it in my mind. But Japan to me
It's
feels
not-
like so small. You know,
it's
like
not
it's just
very
like
big.
one island. Yeah.
I mean,
But it's-
Tokyo is like one of the greatest cities in the world, and it is
Yeah.
heavily
I think it'd be
populated.
fucking
But like,
dope ass. Like Shelby would absolutely love it.
I just like it. I don't like, again, like there's things I don't like. I don't like the lack of deodorant. I don't like the food. Um, they just eat a lot of French cuisine is weird, dude. They eat a lot of weird shit. Like just a lot of weird shit. They cook a lot of their meats in their own like fat. So like
Yeah, like duck fat and shit like that. You know, like,
yeah, and like It's okay. But like the kids meal that we ordered on the plane on the way back was smoked. Hold on. It was like smoked salmon and couscous.
That's not kind of good though.
That's fucking awful.
Sounds really good though. Honestly,
Terrible.
sounds so good.
They gave us like I don't know, like a big old piece of crab meat,
Man,
and it was like rubber.
still, I'm really hungry. I don't care. I'll eat it.
I didn't eat it. I was just like it was cold. I was like, I had a hard time eating. I did.
That's
I
probably why
honestly
you didn't have a lot of indigestion. 'Cause you didn't really
no. I
eat
ate.
much.
I ate. There's no pepperonis.
That feels really weird.
Salami. They use salami.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's the same thing. Kind of.
It's
I know it's not the same thing. I know it's
not
not
the
the
same
same
thing.
thing, but it's like
It's probably like the same meat. But like most, their bacon. Honestly, their bacon is weird. It reminded me of
is it too chewy?
it reminded me of like Canadian ham.
Okay, that's what Canadian bacon. It's like it's just ham.
Yeah, but like
It's like a fattier part of the pig.
It
or
takes
whatever.
yeah. So like it wasn't chewy, but it was not. I like my bacon crispy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that was tough. They make a big deal out of the salted butter over there. I like it's good, but like people will literally go to like, the grocery store and have them pack up butter for them to bring home.
I mean,
And I didn't find it. Maybe I ate it at the wrong place, but I didn't find their salted butter to be that.
man, it's
Now,
one of those things.
now, I will say that their food is less oily. And fruits and pastries and everything tasted fresh.
I mean, it
Yeah.
probably was fresh. You know what I mean, it's not
Yeah.
shipped consumer and packed up
Like
early.
we walked down a street with just all like vendors, and like all the fruit looked really good and really fresh, and like they had seafood, and it was like they just caught it.
Okay, now I am going back to the thing I was talking about earlier, where it's like you're eating Paris, France, where they do have like all those vendors on hand. So it does feel like, again, where it feels like a big city where you would go and like they have like if you were to go and eat seafood in I don't know, like a coastal city, right? Where it's like they can get the fish fresh and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like the fish is gonna obviously taste better because like they go to the vendor and actually order it instead of having it shipped. You know, like versus like so if you're in Paris and it's like they got the farmers right next door who ship the goods that morning to the vendors, and vendors are like, "Yeah, here's my freshest strawberries," and those restaurant people are like, "Yeah, thank you," and then they
Well, the vendors are the people that do the thing. There's no middleman.
yeah. I mean, yeah, but
Like, you know what I mean? Like like all of it's just like all of their pastries are made with like real ingredients, and there's nothing there to preserve it because I we
they
made
sell
we took
out anyways. Yeah, so
that
it's no
we
reason
did
to
find
preserve
the place that had the best. It was voted the best croissant in Paris. Like they got the award as the best one.
which feels like quite an achievement. You know,
So we found like which we take the B line to here, and then you get off there and you go to the 2 line and do this. Okay, so we found it. We walked there, and we got there, and they didn't have any. They were out. And that's the risk you take because they didn't have them on hand because they make them all fresh daily.
well, I feel like you gotta get there like right when they open if you want. You gotta.
It was
do
late,
that.
but you know what I didn't do?
Bitch about it.
I was like, oh, that's okay.
Damn,
And-
you know,
and I left,
world
yeah.
famous shit. Missed it,
And I left, and it was fine.
and you went and got a
So-
croissant for somewhere else because
No, I ended up not eating one. I found out I don't like baguettes.
that's.
I don't like
I don't think you
baguettes.
can be French now, honestly.
I don't. I
That's,
think
I
it
mean,
is.
to be fair, baguettes are like very hard bread. It's
I
not.
don't. It's very chewy. Couple of things. If you have you would just see people with like a baguette, like in a bag, like in their backpack.
so it's not just like it's not like a meme or whatever. It's like legit. They just
No.
have them.
Yeah,
Hey,
they would.
carbs
I
on
mean,
the
they
go,
stopped
baby, you
because
know?
well, because a lot of places. It reminded me of New York in the sense that like you have like convenience stores, what we would call convenience stores, on the corner. You would have corner markets that you go in, and they have fresh bread in the sense. So people would go and they get it, and they get on the subway, they go home. Shoulders on the table, big no.
Shoulders or elbows?
Yeah, elbows. I said
Okay,
shoulders.
shoulders
Sorry.
on the table. So fucking funny to be like, yeah, obviously it's a no because like it just means people are just sleeping on the table. It's like
Sorry.
just picture me facing
Elbows.
on the table, just, like, fucking on the fucking table be
Yeah.
so funny.
Elbows on the table is a big
Okay.
no-no. There's a rule about bread and how you eat it. You're supposed to eat it with your fingers. You're supposed to pull it apart. You're not supposed to turn your bread upside down or lay it on the table.
Now it's just okay.
Now you're getting like obviously you don't have your phone out on the phone like while you're at the table. It's not.
So they come and
Oh,
confiscate your phone.
okay. So two things. Culture shock.
Okay.
Eating and drinking is a big no-no on the go.
It's food? Oh, like on the go. You mean like fast food restaurants? Like you grab it
No,
and
no,
order
no,
to
no,
go or whatever.
no, no. Water bottles,
Yeah.
eat coffee to go from Starbucks, food, eating and walking is frowned upon. Badly.
Okay. Now you kind of splitting hairs. It's like that's my choice. I should be able to do
No,
that if I
it's
want to.
because the understanding is when you sit down, it is time you sit down to eat. You are not in a big enough hurry that you need to eat
Okay,
your
fine. I do
sandwich
enjoy
on the
that.
go.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right.
That's the understanding. So like I just like never saw, and like I saw a few to go cups and they're like this big, and again 4 ounces, but like I can't, I don't know how I feel about it because I do like having a bottle of water with me at all times.
Look, can I
I
not have my
do.
big jug of water carrying it around?
Absolutely not.
That's
Absolutely.
okay. How am I supposed to stay
Absolutely.
hydrated? You know, I can't stay hydrated in France.
Well, everyone else seems to have no problem with it. So
That's because they're not running. You know, they're always taking their time.
they're in better shape than you are, I'm sure.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
But that was very, very strange to me. Just not seeing coffees to go. There's another thing that I think is super ingenious. I'll have to send it.
Oh, is it the bottle cap thing?
So Christina sent it to you.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. I think you. I
Everywhere.
think you showed me too as well. Where it's like
Yeah,
you sent
it
me a
was,
picture of like the bottle cap like didn't
so
come all the way
for
off.
so anyone who doesn't know, like I don't know. We'll have to ask Jim if it's the same way. But like you open a bottle of water and like instead of pulling the lid off, you fold it and it snaps so that like it just sets
It's
there.
like a Propel bottle of water, like where it's like the lid kind of.
But they're there.
Yeah.
All of their vending machines, everything is upside down. All of their bottles are upside down.
Now, why is that?
I looked it up, and apparently it's because there's less. They have apparently figured the science out that like if you have it facing down, it is very unlikely that your drink gets stuck in the twirly
Okay.
spiral.
All right. Okay. I thought it was
But
just, like to save it from like exploding or something like that or whatever. It's
no,
like,
but like I guess that was the reason why. It's like they just kept getting stuck on the little twisty spiral
yeah,
thing.
like what if we turn it upside down?
Upside down, yeah. What else? I'm trying to think of other little knickknacks, nuances.
So overall, you recommend people go or?
Oh, dude, I think absolutely. I think I'm a picky eater for sure, but I do think that the food is. I mean, they eat a lot of escargot over there, which is like snails and shit.
I wouldn't. I'm not a fan of snails, man. I've never
Right.
had one, but I'm assuming I'm not a fan.
But
of them.
like, when I say weird shit, I mean like that.
Like
It's not
caviar,
a lot of that,
like fish
and
eggs, and like what is something else
again,
that's gross?
French cuisine is not my thing.
Duck feet, you know.
Yeah, like pig nose, like all that sort of shit.
Which is like, man, I'm fine with eating everything on the animal, but not. I mean, don't expect me to eat everything on the animal. You know, somebody else finish it up. Somebody likes that.
I think it is a must place. Like it is a must place to go. Like it's just.
What are you gonna? What's the point of eating the pig nose? You know, like what is like? I just feel like it's chewy. It's gross. It's like got a lot of like hard parts. I don't like cartilage. You know, I don't like the cartilage of a chicken. You know, like I can't imagine I would like a pig's nose.
So we went to this mall, right? And it was like a 5-story mall. And I'll have to send you a picture. I may have sent you a video. I'm not sure.
You might have.
Um,
Probably did.
But like it was just again like unbelievable, beautiful architecture inside. But like this mall was structured in a way that was wild to me because the easiest way that I could describe it is if anyone has ever been to Macy's in New York City, you would understand the way that this store is laid out. You've never been to a Macy's, so you don't know.
I've been
like,
to a Macy's, not the one in New York City, but I've been to like the like a Macy's store, like a shopping store.
Where?
It's fucking the mall, like the east, the West Town Mall. Which one of the malls?
We
around
don't
here
have
had-
a Macy's.
One of them
We
used
don't
to
have
have
a-
a Macy's, and there was one at the one up north or whatever. Like
We don't
Kentucky
have a
area.
Macy's here.
Been to a Macy's.
Anyways, the actual Macy's in New York City is famous. It's like 7 stories in Times Square. And so you walk into this mall and there's no stores. It is the store. Okay.
Okay.
But like each level 2 is women's clothing, level 3 is women's shoes, level 4 is men's clothing, level 5 is children's clothing and
Okay.
toys and accessories, and level 6 is knickknacks and travel and gifts or whatever. But like you go down and you look and like companies have sections, like this is the American
Like
Eagle
it says
section,
Nike's outlet.
this is
And
the Nike, but it's not outlet, like it's literally just a section.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
So that was kind of weird
That'd be cool
because
though. And I know what like I like
it's like
Adidas.
I'm looking for shoes, so you know exactly where to go. You don't
It's
have
like
to
the
go
Dewey
to eight
Decimal
different.
System, but like for like brands. That'd be sick, dude. We need
Yeah.
that.
Um,
Try to fucking look it around for shit.
it was awesome, dude. Man, it was awesome. I didn't want to come back. I it come like so when we landed in JFK, like I like as soon as I got off the plane, like I felt my body tense up. I sent you that picture of like the Ebola like warning as soon as you got off
Yeah,
the
that's
plane, and I'm
neat.
just like,
That's
he's
still
just
around, you know?
like I didn't have to deal with any of that shit. And then like I mistakenly, because you had to go through customs when I got into JFK, so we did all that, and because I was a U.S. citizen, I was able to use the eye thing, the optical thing,
Okay.
even Zoe too, because when we left, that's how we got it. That's what we did here. So like we got through there really quick. Took like fucking 45 minutes to get our luggage, and then we only had like an hour to get to the thing, and then like we had to go through security again, which I didn't know, and I had a whole bottle of water in my backpack.
God
So so
damn
he
it.
got pulled over, and like totally my fault. I wasn't worried about anything, but like there was no urgency whatsoever for anyone to come look at my bag and clear me to go. And I stood there for just like an insane amount of time. The fucking air was not on. We're sweaty, we're gross, we're tired. It took us 22 hours of travel from because when we got up to
Yeah.
leave Paris, it's 11:30 your time.
Yeah.
PM.
Okay, yeah.
PM. I arrived the next day for you
Mhm.
at 8:45 p.m.
Yeah, it's almost 24 hours. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Correct.
time.
So, and we still had to drive home 40 minutes. So like it was just like a night and day difference. And again, yes, we're on vacation, but it was just like I think it's more than that, man. I think it's just like there's just a dome. There's just like an aura of stress when you enter this country.
That makes sense. That checks out. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They talk about putting a
And-
golden dome over the US and it's like they already did that. It's like just the overall vibes. They got a vibe-based dome over us right now, dude. So
But like
we
it
don't
was
have to
just
worry
like
about
you
that
come
anymore.
back and it's just irritating and just like, I'm just dealing with all this shit and this gas leak, and it's just like I hit that moment where I was like, I could sell this house. I don't want to live here anymore.
Yeah.
Like Christina and I, like we joke about it, but like I don't think it's a joke anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
I you know what I mean?
I
Like
get
I've
it.
just
I absolutely get it, dude. You know?
like I don't want to sound like a broken record here or like I'm complaining or anything, but and I understand, and it's not me being like, oh, you just think no, like there's a general understanding that when you own a home there are things that have to be done.
Mhm.
I understand that. Over time there are things that you have to replace.
Yeah.
I understand that. I find it completely unacceptable and ridiculous that I have lived in this house for 9 years and the amount of things that I've had to replace. I've been doing this podcast for 6 years, and I have not gone 6 goddamn months without something, a major fucking renovation. My
Yeah.
house is 22 years old, and I have spent a half of a mortgage worth of repairs of replacing shit. And I don't think that in 9 years I should have had to do what I've had to do. I think it's
yeah.
absolute fucking horseshit,
It is
and I'm
kind of
tired.
crazy. I
And I'm
do think
fucking
that if
tired
you
of
were
it.
to chart out like all the things and all the CURSE, it's a hard to spell. But if you chart it out, it just there's so many coincidences and so many things. I just feel like, man,
Because like because again, we talk about this all the time. And like, am I hyper fixated on it because I make it well known because I talk about it openly,
Mhm.
and that because I just don't believe that everyone is dealing with the same sort of shit at the pace that I deal with.
Maybe not, man. But
I
then
mean,
maybe somebody is.
again,
You know, it's
off
like
the top of
again,
my head, a roof has been replaced. Both HVAC units have been replaced. The hot water heater has been replaced. The kitchen has been replaced
the HVAC unit
twice.
had a bunch of issues with it.
And then there was all of that stuff too,
Yeah.
right? So that and the kitchen has been replaced twice. The bathroom has been replaced, remodeled. The back door, the back porch, the pipes, water pipes inside and out, the garage door. I'm missing something else, but now I'm dealing with a fucking gas leak. And as you would guess, it's not underneath here and it's not a simple fix. It's literally they found the fucking leak and it's in the goddamn fucking walls.
It's just like, and it's to me, it's like, how does that happen?
And that's the point. Christina said the same thing.
Because
She's
there's
just
so
like,
many people are inside the walls just jerking off the pipes up and down in that one spot,
like,
huh? Like it's just like so
I
much exposure.
understand. I understand why the connections on the outside would rust and the water and the heat would eventually. I get it.
Even with water, it's moving. I get that. Like why it would degrade over time or whatever. Like electrical, it does the same
But
thing.
inside the fucking house. So
Yeah.
like, I'm just.
What is going on? What is like?
I'm just.
Is there
and
somebody
so,
in your
like,
walls? You know.
And then like there's the whole issue with work too, where like I was gone and no one did any of my goddamn work.
Hey, welcome to America, baby. That's
And just like the shit that I've had to deal with for 3 fucking days.
So you know
And
what
it's
you
just
gotta
like,
do.
I
Anytime somebody
don't,
else goes on vacation, you don't do anything for them. You know. Just fuck 'em.
it's just like, I don't want to live here anymore.
Yeah, dude,
That's
I
like,
get it. I absolutely get it, man.
but I had a wonderful time. I did. I had a wonderful
Yeah.
time. Um, I've seen what it's like on the other side. I'm envious. I want it. But I don't, here's the thing. As much as I love France, don't think I could live there.
That's fair. I mean, I get it. Huh?
I would love to go back. I would love to visit. I don't want to live there.
That's how I feel about the city. You know.
Yeah, but like again, I would starve to death. I would starve to death.
Nah, you'd be in like great shape. You'd be super lean. Like, what's your
I would
secret? Be like, well, I just don't eat the food here.
I just don't eat. I don't eat. But it's funny because everybody's drinking coffee and eating so many pastries.
That's
and
how they
so
survive. Yeah.
and so many desserts, and like nobody has
They have a
diabetes.
strictly like they have the opposite of a
one's
keto
over-
diet. It's just like all carbs. So
No one's overweight. You know, it's just.
they just have all carbs. Okay, and that's the secret. You know, no protein, no fats, just all carbs, pure energy. So
I don't know if I forgot anything, but if I did, I can talk about it.
yeah,
It's a long episode, so
it's all good.
au revoir, my friend.